about, really creating and sharing your music with other people. That's what it's about. And so I think, you put so much of an emphasis on, what success it is in the music industry. I think if you're doing your thing and you're spreading your message, I think you're succeeding.
It's cool. Now, have you ever had have you had any young artists come up to you and talk to you about this in live shows? Have you done live shows at all? I don't know if you do or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I do live shows. I haven't done any recently because I've been working on my new material. But I definitely have done, live shows. And I do have young artists come up to me, and want to know a little bit, pick my brain.
That's good.
Particularly when I release new material, I tend to get a lot of messages coming at me. But also, people I've met at the studio who seem to be younger and are still kind of trying to find themselves and what direction they want to go in. Sometimes they'll reach out to me and have a couple questions to kind of help them have an idea of who they are and who they want to be as a musician, what direction they want to go in.
Right.
And, that type of stuff. Yeah.
Now, about a month or so ago, there was an incident hang on a minute, let me get that musician going. I'm kind of curious in what you think of this. Christina Grammy, what happened to her? Now, when you're starting to go out there and play live, is that incident would happen to her? Is that kind of affecting you performing? And also, is that in your back of your mind that could happen to you, maybe? For extra security?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I definitely don't. I don't think that. I think that she was on a whole other level of fame because she was on American Idol, correct?
Yeah, she was.
So she had just a very large fan base. And I think that this was one particular fan who was obsessed with her, correct?
Yeah.
Who ended up, I think, who was the shooter. So, no, I think that that's something that mainstream artists really have to be in fear of, unfortunately, because I do think that there's, a lot of unstable people out there, and a person in the industry who's successful on that level, I think that they have to be really cognizant, because I think that there are individuals who aren't psychologically healthy who might imagine that they have a relationship or, I think that they deal with that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And luckily I don't, so.
Well, that's good.
There. Yeah.
Well, and I'm hoping when you do get there that doesn't happen.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Because I would, any musician, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, hope that doesn't happen to anybody, but if you do, just don't let it scare you off to doing what you love to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely scary. I think that was a big impact on the music industry, and artists in general were definitely affected by it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, any questions in the chat room? The phone number 360-464-4216. Yeah, it's very quiet. It's very unusual too. So,
yeah, everybody must have taken an early night, or maybe they're all going to get a sandwich.
I don't know. But
I dare you guys to come and ask me a question.
Yes, see, she's double dog daring you guys.
Is anyone out there?
Spider, have any questions for Miss Kristen Faulconer?
You've mentioned you've done some various live performances and things, and you're looking to get into that again. What would be your ideal stage show? Like what?
Ooh, good one.
What would be the really, what kind of theatrical stuff would you want to do? What kind of image would you want to have? What's the thing that would be like, hey, this would be really amazing to do on stage for people?
I would really want to create an experience for something that they could, an example of, I loved what Michael Jackson always did. I mean, he put on a show, but it wasn't just a show, it was a full-on experience, you know. So if I really had, like, the financial backing behind me and the opportunity to do something like that, I would love to create a show that would just be a full-on theatrical experience for people. So you're really experiencing it on so many different levels. It would be so much more than just the music. There'd be a whole nother metaphorical message behind that. And I think something like that would be really, really cool, and that's what I would love to do if I had that type of opportunity.
Nice, very nice.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah. So somebody back me like that. Okay. Anybody out there with a lot of money?
Yeah, endorse her. And then if you guys do that, then you guys can sponsor me, and I can follow her on tour and podcast it live.
So pretty much all three of us, we just, all three of us need sponsorship.
Exactly. So there you go. Now, do you have a fundraiser that you are, like a Kickstarter or anything like that you do?
I don't have a fundraiser, so to say, but I'm not sure if you're aware, my music initially was built on I'm actually an abuse survivor, so I built a lot of my music, like my first album and a lot of my previous work on experiences I had. And my main goal was to create a message for pretty much everyone out there, because we're all survivors. All of us have survived something. Not all of us have survived the same thing, but we're all survivors of something. So I wanted to kind of create the universal message of being able to reach out to people and connecting us, uniting us, because we're all survivors, and really reiterating that we need to be strong and move forward through any adversities or any issues that we face in our lives. And for me, it was the fact that I'm an abuse survivor, and that's really what I identify with and where I come from. So that's really kind of the message I bring forward, and what my music is initially about. And a lot of the times I write the message that I'm bringing forward, I might be talking about personal experience I have, and just kind of reminding people to be strong, especially if they're in the center of a bad relationship. It can be really hard. Sometimes you can see that extra voice. You need somebody to kind of remind you and help you so that you can release yourself and make a healthy decision, choose a better path for yourself. So what I did create was a group on Facebook called Revolution Against Youth, and anyone can join it. It's public, and it's a space where people can share personal experiences. They can share information about things that are going on, healthy events, cases that are going on when it comes to abuse, educating the public on what abuse feels like, sounds like, helping people understand if they're in an abusive relationship, empowering clothes, things that make people feel better. Whatever you want to add or contribute to the group, that's what it is really there for. So I don't necessarily subscribe to the fundraisers at this point, but I do have a group that I've started, Revolution Against Abuse, on Facebook that anyone can join. And I'm hoping at some point that I could potentially turn that into a nonprofit where we can help people who are in abusive situations on another level. But right now, it's that space where people can really share and unite and find answers and find help. So that's kind of my contribution.
Cool. Now, briefly, are you in any kind of charity events or that you do sponsor?
I don't sponsor any charity events with my music right now. I don't know. I recently did the Walk for Hearing. I do some stuff in the hearing impaired industry, and I always like to do the cancer walk, and I have done the cystic fibrosis. I like to actually support a lot of the different fundraising events they have for various illnesses and adversities that individuals face and that they go through. But I don't sponsor any of them right now specifically with my music. If I did, I believe it would be something that would be centered around, abuse survivors.
Right.
Or individuals, women's shelters, those types of fundraising events.
Cool. Now, Since we're on the topic of charity, is now. See, how can I ask it without repeating what you just said? See, I want to say a benefit concert. So if anyone came up to say, "Hey, I want to feature you in a benefit concert to help you, benefit the charity." Like, for example, women's charity. They come up to you, say, "Hey, we're put on a concert for the women's shelter. They want to do a benefit concert. Would you go out and do that? Something that you would try to do?"
Oh, yeah. Definitely. If I was approached about performing or, promoting, or just, being an individual who contributed and was a part of the race or whatever they were doing, I'm always open to that.
That's cool. Cool.
Yes. Do you do any fundraising events?
I used to. I do. I am very big in the Youth Suicide Prevention Center. I am a suicide. I am a suicide survivor, and so I honor that one wholeheartedly and deeply. I do honor the VA, the vets in the military. I have a lot of family and friends that's actually from the military. Let's see here, the cancer research. And starving children, and also the homeless, trying to get them homes and provide things. But my main thing is the Suicide Preventer Center, American Suicide. That's who I do a lot of walks for that.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you. There's a new one that I really want to get involved with, is for African Americans to stop hunting them down for their hide or their tusks, and actually leave these beautiful creatures alone. But I haven't.
The rhinos.
Yeah, the rhinos. And so I haven't really got full into it, but that's something that my next thing I want to really get into is really help the African animals to stop being hunted for game or whatnot.
I think that's really cool. I'm huge on supporting animals. I have 3 animals myself. They're all, 2 of them are abuse survivors. Specifically my dog. He was an abuse dog prior to me adopting him.
Cool.
But yeah, I definitely stand for animal rights as well. That's a huge one for me. I think it's really important to be involved in that.
Right. I have 2 cats right now, Bugsy and Hissy. They're I call them my boys, and they are pain in my butts, but they are very much of a hoot, and they keep me in line, or I keep them in line. I don't know which one yet these days. But
it's a common joke that it's always hard to tell who the owner is, the cat or the person.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally the cat. I have a cat.
And the thing is that I don't think they really know that they're cats. I think they think they're human in fur.
They might. I have a cat that thinks he's a dog. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. Before these 2, I had rabbits. I actually raised rabbits for a bit, so that was a journey. But these 2 are my first cats I had in probably about 10 years, and they keep me in check. I don't even know if that's the right word to use. Because there's times I have to mute my mic and tell them to knock it off. And tonight they're actually being quite good at the moment.
Yeah, I have to say, so are all of mine.
Yeah,
that's kind of bizarre. Why is everyone so quiet?
They're plotting evil things.
Yeah, I'm all of a sudden concerned. Should we all go check our animals?
Right. Yeah, I got one right here. Well, they were running around earlier, And I was kind of concerned that they're going to run around and pull out the cords and